The Phantom Defense. Commander Elena Reyes stood at the viewport of Galactic Patrol Station Epsilon, her reflection superimposed over the stars like a ghost. 20 years in space had given her eyes that missed nothing and a face that rarely betrayed her thoughts. Right now, those eyes were fixed on a holographic display, showing a disturbing pattern of ship disappearances. "Commander, you need to see this," called Lieutenant Keto, her systems specialist. His normally calm demeanor was disturbed, fingers moving rapidly across the console. "We've confirmed the data. It's happening again." Elena moved to his station, studying the red markers that represented missing vessels. "The Phantom Fleet?" "Yes, ma'am. 43 ships in the last standard month. But this time, something's different." Elena frowned. The Phantom Fleet had been terrorizing the outer systems for nearly 50 years. They struck without warning, left no survivors, and vanished before Galactic Patrol forces could respond. Some of the best minds in the galaxy had tried to track them, predict their movements, or identify their base of operations. All had failed. "Different how?" she asked. Cato expanded the map, focusing on a small yellow star at the edge of patrol territory. "They've concentrated their activities here, near this system. We haven't seen this pattern before. They typically spread attacks across multiple sectors." Elena leaned closer. "That's the Sol system, isn't it?" "Yes, Commander. Home to Earth, classified as a Level 2 civilization. Pre-FTL, limited interplanetary travel, still burning fossil fuels. Nothing of strategic value." That was precisely what made it strange. The Phantom Fleet targeted valuable cargo, advanced technology, and strategic locations. A backwater system with a primitive civilization offered none of these. "Assemble the team," Elena ordered. "We're going to investigate personally." The Vigilant, Elena's patrol cruiser, dropped out of hyperspace at the edge of the Sol system. From here, they could observe without being detected by Earth's primitive scanning technology, or so they thought. "All sensors at maximum," Elena instructed. "I want detailed scans of the entire system. Focus on anomalous energy signatures, debris fields, anything that might indicate recent activity." The bridge crew worked in efficient silence. Elena studied the small blue-green planet that appeared on the main view screen. Earth looked peaceful from this distance, showing no signs of the technological development that would make it a target. "Commander," called Science Officer Vrel, her antennae twitching in surprise. "I'm detecting unusual energy patterns throughout the system." Elena moved to her station. "Show me." The display shifted to an energy mapping overlay. Elena's eyes widened. Hundreds of small energy signatures orbited Earth, far more than the primitive satellites a Level 2 civilization should possess. Even more concerning were the massive energy readings coming from Earth's moon and several locations on the planet itself. "This can't be right," Elena muttered. "Run a diagnostic. These readings suggest technology far beyond Level 2. Before Vrel could respond, alarms blared across the bridge. "Multiple objects approaching at high velocity," shouted Cato. "They've appeared out of nowhere. No hyperspace signature, no thrust emissions." Elena's training took over. Shields up. Battle stations. But it was too late. A brilliant pulse of blue-white energy washed over the Vigilant, and every system went dead. The lights flickered and died, plunging the bridge into darkness before emergency systems activated, bathing everything in a dim red glow. "Status report," Elena demanded. "All systems are offline," Keto replied, his voice tight with tension. "Weapons, shields, engines, even life support is running on emergency power. We're being held in some kind of dampening field." A voice came through their communication system, speaking perfect galactic standard. "Galactic Patrol Vessel Vigilant. This is Captain Marcus Chen of the Earth Defense Force. Your ship has entered restricted space without authorization. Power down remaining systems and prepare to be boarded." Elena exchanged shocked glances with her bridge crew. Earth wasn't primitive at all. Somehow, They had technology that could neutralize a galactic patrol cruiser with ease, technology that should be impossible for any Level 2 civilization. "Open a channel," Elena ordered. When Keto nodded, she spoke clearly. "This is Commander Elena Reyes of the Galactic Patrol. We're on a peaceful mission, investigating ship disappearances in this region." There was a pause before the reply came. "Commander Reyes, we know why you're here. The ships you're tracking as the Phantom Fleet are of great interest to us as well. Please cooperate, and no harm will come to you or your crew." Elena's mind raced. How did Earth know about the Phantom Fleet? How had they hidden their true technological capabilities from the Galactic Patrol for so long? And most importantly, what other secrets was this supposedly primitive planet keeping? "We'll cooperate," Elena said finally. She had no choice. The Vigilant was completely at the mercy of these unexpected Earth forces. As a docking tube extended from the nearest Earth ship, a sleek, black vessel unlike anything in the patrol fleet, Elena prepared her team. "Stay alert, follow my lead, and say nothing about patrol protocols or capabilities," she instructed quietly. "Something tells me we've stumbled onto a secret much bigger than missing ships." The airlock opened, revealing 4 soldiers in matte black armor carrying weapons unlike any Elena had seen before. Behind them stood a man of medium height with keen eyes and the bearing of someone accustomed to command. "Commander Reyes," he said, stepping forward. "I'm Captain Marcus Chen, Earth Defense Force. Welcome to Sol System, though I wish the circumstances were different." Elena maintained her composure. "Captain Chen, I must say this is unexpected. The Galactic Patrol believes Earth to be a pre-FTL civilization." Marcus's mouth curved into a slight smile. "Yes, we know what the Patrol thinks of us. That's been useful." He gestured to his soldiers, who lowered their weapons slightly. "Your team will come with us. We need to talk somewhere more secure." "Commander," Lieutenant Cato whispered, "I advise caution." "We don't have much choice," Elena replied quietly. She turned back to Marcus. "We'll come peacefully, but I need assurances my crew will be safe." "You have my word," Marcus said. "This isn't a capture, Commander. It's a conversation that's been a long time coming." The inside of the Earth vessel defied Elena's expectations. Instead of the crude machinery she associated with Level 2 technology, the corridors seemed to flow like liquid metal, with no visible control panels or seams. The air carried a subtle charge that made her skin tingle. "Your technology," Elena said carefully as they walked. "It's not what we expected." Marcus nodded. "Earth has been developing in isolation for centuries. We've taken different paths than the galactic community." They entered a conference room where a holographic display showed the Sol system in perfect detail. As they sat around a circular table, Elena noticed the walls becoming transparent, offering a breathtaking view of Earth below. "I know you have questions," Marcus said. "I'll answer what I can." Elena leaned forward. "Let's start with the obvious. How has Earth hidden its true technological level from the Galactic Patrol for so long?" Marcus touched the hologram, zooming in on Earth's atmosphere. "Advanced shielding technology. Everything we build beyond Level 2 standards is hidden behind energy fields that absorb and redirect scanning beams. To outside observers, we appear to be struggling with basic rocket science." "But why?" asked Science Officer Vrel. "Why pretend to be primitive?" Marcus's expression grew serious. "History lesson. Short version. 300 years ago, your patrol wasn't the first alien group to find Earth. We had visitors who were less peaceful." The hologram changed to show an ancient battle, strange ships attacking Earth cities. "They assumed we were easy prey," Marcus continued. "They were wrong. We fought back, won, and captured their technology. That's when Earth made a decision that shapes our policy to this day. We would advance in secret, watching the stars but not announcing ourselves until we were ready." Elena tried to process this information. "That doesn't explain the Phantom Fleet. Those ships have terrorized the outer systems for decades. What do they have to do with Earth? Before Marcus could answer, the door opened. A woman with silver-streaked hair entered. She had the look of someone used to making difficult decisions. "I'll take it from here, Captain," she said to Marcus, who nodded and stepped aside. "Commander Reyes, I'm Director Sofia Novak of Earth Special Intelligence. Your arrival has accelerated our timetable, but perhaps that's for the best." Sofia sat at the head of the table. "You came looking for what you call the Phantom Fleet. Last month, we captured all 43 ships in a coordinated operation. Their crews are being detained and questioned. How did you manage that?" Lieutenant Cato asked incredulously. "Those ships have evaded the patrol for decades." Sofia smiled thinly. "Not the best, clearly. As Captain Chen mentioned, Earth has been advancing our technology in isolation. We've discovered principles you've overlooked." The hologram changed again, showing Earth's moon. Parts of it seemed to open, revealing massive structures hidden beneath the surface. "This is Luna Base, our main defense headquarters," Sofia explained. "We have similar facilities throughout the solar system, all concealed from outside detection." Elena's eyes widened as she began to understand the scale of Earth's deception. "Director Novak, this is fascinating, but why reveal yourselves to us now? You could have destroyed our ship or simply turned us away." Sofia's face grew grim. "Because the threat posed by what you call the Phantom Fleet is real, but not in the way you think. The ships themselves are just tools. It's who's controlling them that matters." She tapped the table, and the hologram showed one of the captured ships. Inside were beings unlike any Elena had seen before, tall figures with skin that seemed to shift and flow like smoke. "We call them the Umbra," Sofia said. "They're not from this galaxy. They've been infiltrating various worlds, including some in patrol space. The Phantom Fleet is just one of their operations." Elena felt a chill run down her spine. "Are you saying there's been an alien infiltration in patrol space and no one knows?" "Exactly," Sofia replied. "We've been monitoring them for decades. They're patient, subtle, and extremely dangerous. They manipulate other species into conflicts, weaken civilizations from within, and prepare them for something worse." "Why didn't Earth warn the patrol?" Vrel asked. Sofia gave her a long look. "Would you have believed us? A primitive world suddenly claiming to have discovered an invisible alien threat. Besides, we needed to understand what we were dealing with first." The wall behind Sofia became transparent, revealing a massive hangar below. Hundreds of ships, far more advanced than anything Elena had seen in the patrol fleet, were lined up in perfect formation. "This is just one of Earth's defense fleets," Sofia said. "We built them not to conquer but to protect. Now we face a choice." She turned back to Elena and her team. "The Umbra know we've captured their ships. Soon they'll realize their agents are missing. They'll come looking, and when they do, they won't be subtle anymore." Elena looked at the Earth fleet below, then at her team. They all showed the same mix of awe and concern. "What are you proposing, Director?" Elena asked. "An alliance," Sofia replied simply. "Earth is ready to join the galactic community, but on equal terms. We need the patrol's reach and resources. The patrol needs our technology and knowledge of the enemy." Sofia's eyes fixed on Elena's. "You came here looking for missing ships. You found a lost branch of humanity that took a different path. Now you need to decide. Will you help us convince the Patrol Council that Earth isn't their enemy before the real enemy strikes?" Elena thought of the Council with their rigid rules and bureaucratic processes. Convincing them would be challenging, but looking at the Earth fleet and thinking of the mysterious Umbra, she knew there was only one choice. "Tell me everything you know about these Umbra," Elena said. "If we're going to face the Council together, we need the full story." Sofia nodded and pressed her hand to the table. The room darkened as a new hologram appeared. A detailed map of the galaxy with hundreds of red points blinking ominously across patrol space. "These," Sofia said gravely, "are all the places we've detected Umbra activity. As you can see, Commander, we have much to discuss." The Umbra Protocol. The subterranean facility beneath the Atlantic Ocean was unlike anything Elena Reyes and her team had ever seen. After their meeting on the ship, Director Novak had brought them to Earth via a transport system that seemed to bend space itself, arriving in seconds rather than hours. Now they stood in a vast chamber with a ceiling so high it vanished into shadows. The walls glowed with a soft blue light, and thousands of people worked at stations that hovered in midair. Through enormous windows, they could see the dark ocean waters and strange machines moving outside. "Welcome to Poseidon Base," Safia said, watching their amazed expressions. "One of Earth's oldest and largest facilities." "Poseidon?" Vrel asked. "Like the Earth deity?" Sofia nodded. "We borrowed the name. Seemed fitting for an underwater city. This base has been active for over 200 years, completely hidden from both Earth's general population and outside observers." Lieutenant Kedo touched one of the floating screens, and it responded to his fingers, expanding to show complex data. "This technology, it's beyond anything the patrol has." "Different path, different results," Safia replied. "While the patrol focused on standardizing technology across species, we focused on understanding the fundamental nature of reality. Our isolation forced us to be creative." Elena was trying to absorb everything she saw. "You mentioned the first aliens who came to Earth. What happened to them?" Sofia led them down a long corridor lined with various artifacts behind energy fields. "This is our history section. You'll find your answers here." She stopped at a display showing a damaged ship of unfamiliar design. This arrived on Earth in 2087, about 200 years ago. Inside were beings we now know were scouts for a race called the Harvesters. They didn't come in peace. Images appeared showing battles in various Earth cities. The aliens had technology far beyond what humans possessed at that time. They attacked major population centers, expecting an easy victory. Sofia continued. "But humans have always been good at two things: adapting and fighting back. We captured one of their ships, studied their technology, and within a year built our own versions." "In just a year?" Science Officer Vrel asked, clearly skeptical. "That's impossible for most species." "Yes," Sofia agreed. "But humanity has a unique trait. When faced with extinction, we become extremely motivated. Our scientists worked around the clock. Our nations put aside their differences. We reverse-engineered their weapons, their shields, their drives." She led them deeper into the facility to a section that seemed older, with thicker walls and heavier security. "This is where we made our most important discovery," Safia said, placing her hand on a scanner. A massive door slid open, revealing a room with a single pedestal in the center. On it floated a small crystal that pulsed with inner light. "The Harvester's ships were powered by these," Safia explained. "We call them quantum cores. But while they used them only as power sources, we discovered they were much more, keys to understanding the fundamental forces of the universe." Elena stared at the crystal. "And this led to your technological leap." "Exactly. We learned that reality is more flexible than previously understood. Space, time, energy. They're all connected in ways the patrol hasn't discovered yet. This knowledge allowed us to advance centuries beyond what would have been our normal development." Vrel stepped closer to the crystal. "And you kept all this secret from your own people?" Sofia's face grew serious. "At first it was necessary. The panic would have been devastating. Later it became policy. A small group of people from all nations formed what became the Earth Defense Force, a secret organization dedicated to protecting humanity from outside threats." "And from itself," Elena added quietly. Sofia nodded. "Yes. Human history is full of technologies being weaponized against other humans. The Council decided these discoveries were too powerful to risk another world war." As they left the secure room, alarms suddenly blared throughout the facility. Red lights flashed along the corridors. Director Novak called an officer, running toward them. "We've detected a massive energy signature entering the system. It matches the Umbra patterns." Sofia's expression hardened. How many? One ship, Mom. But it's enormous. At least 20 kilometers in length. A mothership, Sophia muttered. She turned to Elena. It seems our timeline has been accelerated. The Umbra must have realized we've captured their fleet. What do we do? Elena asked. We show you the rest of our cards. Sophia replied grimly. Follow me. The command center of Poseidon Base was a hive of activity. A massive holographic display showed the solar system, with a huge red marker approaching from beyond the orbit of Mars. Status report, Sophia demanded as they entered. A young officer responded immediately. The Umbra vessel will reach Earth orbit in approximately 4 hours. It's broadcasting on all frequencies, some kind of signal we can't decode. We think it's trying to communicate with its agents. The ones you captured, Elena realized. Exactly, Sophia confirmed. And it's not going to be happy when it gets no response. Captain Marcus Chen approached them, now dressed in what appeared to be battle armor. Luna Base is deploying the first defensive line. Orbital platforms are armed and ready. The surface fleets are moving into position. Good, Sophia said. What about Project Aegeus? Ready for deployment on your command. Sophia nodded, then turned to Elena. Commander, I need to know where you stand. Will the patrol help us? Elena looked at her team, then back at Sophia. I can't speak for the entire patrol, but my ship and crew are at your disposal. The Umbra are clearly a threat to the entire galaxy. Thank you, Sophia said. We'll need your expertise on patrol protocols and capabilities. If we survive this, it will be crucial for the alliance I'm proposing. She gestured to a set of screens. These are the ships we captured. From analyzing their technology and interrogating the crews, we've learned the Umbra aren't just pirates. They're scouts for an invasion force. Images showed the shifting, smoke-like beings that crewed the Phantom Fleet ships. They're a parasitic species, Sophia explained. They don't just conquer, they infiltrate and absorb. Those ships we captured. Their crews are now mostly composed of assimilated beings from various worlds, including, we suspect, some patrol officers who went missing over the decades. That's impossible, Vrel protested. We would have noticed. Would you? Sophia asked. The Umbra can mimic the appearance and even basic biological signatures of their hosts. They're masters of deception. We only learn to detect them through quantum resonance scanning, technology you don't possess. Elena felt a chill. You're saying they could be anywhere. In the patrol, in the council. Precisely, Sophia confirmed, which is why Earth stayed hidden. We needed to understand the threat before revealing ourselves. How do we fight them? Lieutenant Cato asked. Sophia's expression was grim but determined. With everything we've got. And a few surprises they won't be expecting. 3 hours later, Elena stood on the bridge of her ship, the Vigilant, now fully operational thanks to Earth's engineers. Beside her was Captain Chen, who would serve as liaison during the coming battle. The Umbra mothership has entered lunar orbit, reported Cato from his station. It's holding position on the far side, away from Luna Base. Smart, Marcus commented. They're trying to stay out of range of our main planetary defenses. Elena studied the tactical display. Earth had positioned its forces in a layered defense, orbital platforms, Luna Base, and 3 fleets of those sleek black ships they'd seen earlier. What's Project Aegeus? She asked Marcus. Our last resort, he replied. And hopefully our ace in the hole. It's based on technology derived from the quantum cores, something the Umbra won't be expecting. The communications officer called out, We're receiving a transmission from the Umbra vessel. They're broadcasting on all frequencies, including standard patrol channels. On screen, Elena ordered. The view screen flickered, and a figure appeared. It loosely resembled a humanoid, but its form shifted constantly, like smoke trying to maintain a shape. When it spoke, its voice seemed to come from everywhere at once. Attention Earth defenders and galactic patrol vessels. You hold property that belongs to the collective. Return our scouts and their vessels immediately, or we will retrieve them by force. You have 30 minutes to comply." The transmission ended abruptly. "Well, they're direct," Elena remarked. Marcus nodded. They've never had to be subtle with technologically inferior civilizations. They don't realize what they're facing. "Director Novak is requesting to speak with you, Commander," the communications officer said. Sophia's face appeared on a secondary screen. "Commander Reyes, Captain Chen, the Earth Defense Council has made its decision. We're activating HFYs and moving to full engagement. We will not surrender, negotiate, or retreat." "Understood," Elena replied. "The Vigilant is ready to support in any way we can." "Good. Your ship has been equipped with quantum shields that should provide protection against the Umbra's primary weapons. Stay close to the Earth fleet and follow Captain Chen's tactical guidance." The screen went dark. 30 minutes, Elena said. Not much time for strategy. Marcus smiled, and there was something fierce in his expression. "Humanity works best under pressure, Commander. It's kind of our specialty." 28 minutes later, the Umbra mothership moved from behind the moon. It was massive, a dark, writhing construct that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. As it approached Earth orbit, smaller craft began to detach from its surface like droplets of oil. "They're launching attack vessels," Cato reported. "Hundreds of them." "All ships, battle positions," Marcus ordered through the fleet-wide channel. "Remember your training. These aren't the pirates you've faced before. They're a coordinated force with adaptive tactics." Elena watched as Earth's defenses sprang to life. The orbital platforms fired first, sending lances of brilliant energy toward the approaching Umbra ships. Several of the smaller vessels were destroyed immediately, but the others adapted quickly, changing course and formation. "They learned fast," Elena observed. "So do we," Marcus replied. He touched a control panel. "Initiating quantum frequency rotation. All Earth vessels, synchronize your shields." The battle unfolded with terrifying speed. The Umbra ships were fast and maneuverable, but Earth's vessels matched them move for move. The Vigilant joined the fray, its weapons enhanced by Earth's technology, firing with unprecedented accuracy. "They're targeting Luna Base," called out the tactical officer.